Any questions regarding yesterday's subject?
Ganesh Maharaj, I have a question.
Yes.
So, I just wanted to know that, in a certain circumstances, if a person isn't able to perform the seva of Thakurji, and so he has to, someone else has to perform the service of your Thakurji. So, in that context, how can we understand the subject of Tanuvittaja?
In that case, Sri Mahaprabhuji says that the person who is not capable of performing seva, he must just read Srimad Bhagavat, Gita, etc., and must remain listening to the Gunagan of Sri Thakurji, must read out regarding Thakurji, and must discuss with the Vaishnavas. So Shravan, Kirtan and Smaran are to be performed by the being who is not able of performing seva.
Ji Raja. So, but I'm talking about like, what would a person do when a person when you give the Thakurji to someone else, what would that person have to do?
In what condition? For some days, like you are asking about it?
Yeah, like if a person has sutak or something.
Yeah. No, that's okay. If we have a close Vaishnav around, if that person is very close to us and he is like our own family member, then we can use that person during emergency. It's okay. He can perform the seva of our Thakurji. See, the only principle here, what Sri Mahaprabhuji wants to explain is that seva is not a community service. It has to be a personal service. So we can involve our family members in our seva, and that's completely okay. But on the name of familiar relations, don't start accumulating more and more people all the time. That's the main purpose here. So, for example, when the Goswamis are running the Havelis, even they say that Vaishnavas are like our family member. But how many family members do you have? And what sort of relation do you have with them? Because most of them are strangers. We don't even know them, who they are. And to the extent that there are many such people who are not even Vaishnavas who are coming for the darshan in the Haveli. So this is the issue, that on the name of close relations, we are not supposed to involve more and more people in the seva. Seva and Sri Krishna are very personal to us, and therefore it is very important to keep the secrecy of the seva. But yes, if someone is genuinely very close to us, they are like our family members, and surely we can involve that person in our seva. There is no issue with that.
Okay, Ji Raja. So basically, there's not going to be any, we're not going to be breaking the principle of Tanuvittaja if we, like during Sutak, if we give our Thakurji to someone else to perform the service.
Yes, no issues with that. And in the regular days as well, if we are involving a close Vaishnav in our seva, then even that's okay with us. There is no issue in that. It's completely fine.
Okay, Ji Raja.
See, the concept of Tanuvittaja means that we are supposed to perform the seva using our own body and our own vitta. Now in that case, vitta means the objects in which we have our minus, and ahanta or tanuja means the body in which we have our I-ness. So ultimately these are the two terms which Mahaprabhuji has used, but the purpose is that we are supposed to do the samarpan of our ahanta and mamata. Our I-ness and my-ness must be involved with Bhagavan. So when we are allowing a close person in our seva, then we are not breaking the principle of Tanu Vittaja, because we have our minus related to that person. We consider that person to be our own. And therefore, in that case, the principle of Tanu Vittaja doesn't break. It's completely okay.
Ji Raj, I understand now. Thank you for the clarification.
Fine. Anyone else?
Danda Pranam Raja. I have a question.
Yeah. Yes.
So yesterday you explained that by only doing Vittaja Seva, Ahankar develops in your body. So can you give an example how Ahankar develops in your body?
The reason is that, for example, if I am giving money to someone, that you perform seva on my behalf, and I'll not be doing anything because I have lot of money, plenty money, but I don't have time to perform seva. Now in that case, whomever you are providing your money for performing service, you will start considering that person to be your servant or to be lower than you, because he is not possessing the money, he is working like a slave or a servant. Therefore that person develops that ego of being superior. That's how ahankar develops.
Ji Raja. So by only doing Vittaja Seva, Ahankar develops. So but what happens by doing Tanuja Seva?
There you don't possess anything. You will feel yourself inferior and like a servant.
Ji Raja.
You won't be remaining with any sort of self-respect or any sort of power while performing seva.
Ji Raja, now I understand.
Fine. Have you visited any Haveli in your lifetime?
Ji Raja.
Yeah. So you are very small, you won't be able to understand yet. But there, do you know that people provide money for performing seva, for Manorath?
Ji Raja.
Yeah. So that person, whoever is providing money, he is given a special seat, he is given special darshan from the front line, and same way whenever the Goswami is there, he provides him more respect than the other present Vaishnavas. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is how it works. So here that person, it means that whoever is providing you the money is superior to others, and in that case the others who are coming there, even they are Vaishnavas, even he is a Vaishnav, but why he is attaining more respect, why he has to be given a special darshan, and why is that person given a special place rather than providing him the general seat with others? So this is how ego develops. For example, if even we are provided with a special seat, or if we are given a major respect in front of others, then even from that very day we will start considering ourselves superior and others to be inferior.
Now, Ji Raja, now I understand.
Anyone else? So basically what Sri Mahaprabhuji wants to explain in this shlok is that a being is supposed to be humble, because we are slave of Sri Krishna and Krishna is our master. As we had understood before, that the relation of Swami and Sevak has to be maintained with Bhagavan. So we are his slave and Bhagavan is our master. So this is the relation which is accepted by Mahaprabhuji, and in that case we need to be humble in front of Bhagavan, as Bhagavan is our master and we are his servant. And it is the duty of a servant to fulfill everything, each and everything which would be related to his master. So a servant is not supposed to make anyone else do anything. It is about possessiveness as well. Here, though initially we don't have the feeling of love towards Bhagavan, we don't develop that emotion, but yes, we must feel that whatever would be related to Bhagavan, we will do that. We will not let anyone do that. So that's the feeling of a devotee. And therefore, Sri Mahaprabhuji explains that it is necessary for the being to perform seva on his own. And till the date you don't do anything on your own, you will never develop a sort of relation with Bhagavan. Initially, we feel that we are different from Bhagavan, and we don't have much relation with Bhagavan, and everything is just going on like a mechanical process. We are doing something, and Bhagavan is not even responding to whatever we are doing, and therefore we don't feel any connection between us and Bhagavan. But that's not how it works. Initially we don't feel like having any relation, but after some days, after some time, we develop a relation with Bhagavan, we develop the feeling of love. But that progress is only possible if we are performing seva of Shri Krishna on our own. By hiring some servants and being present in front of Bhagavan only for some moments, we cannot fulfill that sort of relation and that sort of requirement of being in love with Bhagavan, or developing the love for Bhagavan. That's why Sri Mahaprabhu is emphasizing upon performing seva on our own. Yeah, that's very true, that if we are aged or if we are not capable of performing everything on our own, then we involve some servant like a house help in our house. We provide them money and he would be helping us with our household chores. That's a different thing. That he will help us for preparing the food or for cleaning the house, etc. So like house help, if we are involving someone at some age, but we are keeping that person away from Shri Krishna, and we are performing the other seva, the direct seva, the antaranga seva, which would be directly related to Shri Thakurji on our own, then it's okay at some extent. But till the date we are don't having any sort of emergency, till the date our body is capable of working, till that period of time it is not appreciated to involve anyone in our seva. Second thing is that if we are performing seva on our own and we are taking money from someone else, in that case the ahanta and mamta are getting splitted. It means, as we understood, that the concept of seva is to involve our ahanta and mamata in the service of Shri Krishna. But if I am using my body, but if I am not using my money or my possessions in the seva of Shri Krishna, then I am just able to do the samarpan of my ahanta, and my mamata is missing. It means my mamata will not get involved with Shri Thakurji. Same way, if I am providing money to someone else, even in that case, nothing is being involved with Shri Thakurji, not even our family members, not even our house, not even our body. So, among the possessions as well, we are providing a part of that. It means, for example, if I am monthly or annually, if I am giving 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh rupees to in the Haveli for performing service from my side, and they are doing that from my part, but in that case I am not using my possessions in the service of Shri Krishna. We are just giving a part of it. But in Pushti Marg, if you are loving Bhagavan, then you are not going to give a part, you will be surrendering just everything. Like parents love their children, and for the sake of that love they use everything for their children, whatever they possess, whatever they have, and every single penny they possess will be used for the sake of their children only. This is what the concept of mamata is, that because we love them, because we consider them to be our own, therefore we are not keeping anything for our own self. We are utilizing every single thing in the service of our children, for the sake of our children. So same is the concept here as well. So this is possible only when you love someone. But if you are not loving someone, with anyone, if you are having any sort of casual relation, then in that case you won't be using your ahanta and mamata for that person. That casual relation will remain distinct only. So what Mahaprabhuji wants to explain is that you are not having casual relation with Bhagavan. You are considering Shri Krishna to be your everything. And if Shri Krishna is your everything, then what's the issue with surrendering everything to him? And if you are doing 50-50 or 70-30, it means you are providing something to Bhagavan but keeping things for your own self. Then it means that this is not the sort of close relation you want to develop, or you don't love that person. Ultimately it means that. So this is the concept of seva, to develop the intimacy with Shri Krishna. If you are remaining casual, then it is not the concept of samarpan. I hope this is clear now. Any questions regarding this?
I just how to clarify something on that you just said. So, although many people perform like Tanuvitaja Seva for many years and try to perform devotion with actual love, for many it's still like a mechanical process. Like you said, and like many do not have any interaction with Bhagwan, and do not get the same interaction with Bhagwan as maybe someone like the 84 Vaishnava Varta, like the Vaishnavas in the 84 Vaishnava Varta. So is this because we're not putting conscious efforts, or we're not having Bhagwan's grace?
See, it is possible in both the ways. We don't have any timeline that for these many years, if you are performing seva of Shri Krishna, then at this moment you will develop the love for him. It just depends upon the efforts taken up by the person. We don't have any sort of timeline for that. First thing. Second thing is that developing the love towards Shri Krishna, we cannot measure it in any proportion. Though Mahaprabhuji is explaining the way that, for example, if you have developed the love towards Shri Krishna, then you will feel yourselves distinct from the worldly objects. Same way, the day that love gets intensified and you develop the feeling of asakti towards Shri Krishna, that day you will feel that no other object in this universe is related to me, and you would start feeling yourselves to be different from everything, and whatever other than Shri Krishna service being there, you will feel that everything is creating me disturbance, and I don't want anything to be around me. So that's what asakti means. And the third stage of devotion is vyasan, and that vyasan means that you consider Shri Krishna to be your own, and therefore you will not be able to survive without Shri Krishna. That's what vyasan means. So this is how Sri Mahaprabhuji is measuring or explaining us the symptoms of being in love with Bhagavan, or how that love starts getting intensified. But in our case, what happens is that first of all we start developing the habit of performing seva. It means we would be so much in a habit of performing seva that we will feel that everything is supposed to be done from our part only. And if we spend any day without performing service of Shri Krishna, we start feeling that yes, something is missing from our life. or we haven't completed our day properly. So gradually, if you are performing service of Shri Krishna on daily basis, on the first level you start developing the habit, and then gradually you will feel like we love Shri Krishna.
Ji Raja.
Anyone else?
Yeah, Ji Raja, Dharma Pranam. I had one question. So,
Yes.
we do Malaji making seva once a week for our like local Haveli. So would that type of seva be allowed? Since technically it's not like our own Thakurji, but it is the Thakurji at our Haveli.
Yes, indeed. This isn't good. We must not involve ourselves in any such activity which is against our sampradaya or against the principles of our sampradaya.
Thank you, Ji Raja.
So whatever we do, it must be for our own Thakurji only, not for anyone else. Because performing, as I said, that seva is not a community service. Like a public temple, Shri Mahaprabhuji is not developing the concept of seva like a community service or like a public temple. It is a very personal thing, and therefore it has to be done by a being himself, or as I said, that max to max we can involve our family members, not more than that.
Ji Raja.
The second thing with the Haveli is that the person is wrong, the system is wrong, that's the fact. But along with doing wrong, they are disrespecting the principles of our sampradaya which have been established by Sri Mahaprabhuji. That's the very important point. And if we are involving ourselves in any such activity, then we are being a part of that disrespectful behavior. Whatever will happen to the Goswami will be his problem. Whatever will happen to the people who are managing things there, it is their problem. But ultimately, as a part of their wrong activity, they are disrespecting Shri Krishna, they are disrespecting the concept of devotion, and they are disrespecting Mahaprabhu himself. So we must not involve ourselves in any such activity.
Ji Raja, thank you for the clarification.
Yeah. Anyone else? Fine. Then we are not remaining with the time to take up the next slok. These three shloks explained the concept of seva. Now from the fourth shlok, Sri Mahaprabhuji is taking up with the concept of Sevya. It means the one whom we are supposed to worship, Shri Krishna himself. So from the next slok, we'll move on with the topic of Sevya, in which the form of Shri Krishna will be explained.
Namaste.
Pranam.